Welcome, Sag, to the Temple of Consciousness, where we go beyond time and space to explore the future with the help of astrology and the tarot. I combine the two mystical arts to give us a glimpse into the near future. Astrologically, I use the transits of Mars and Venus, making this reading relevant to you. If your sun sign, your moon sign, or your rising sign is Sagittarius. So welcome to the reading, Sag. Thank you for being here. Thank you for liking, sharing, and subscribing. So let's get on with it. I prefer to start with the astrological aspects of the month for you. There you are, right. Where are you? There, Sag, right there. And this month, we're following the transits of Mars, Venus, and we have a solar eclipse. And that's a very important and powerful aspect as well. So we'll discuss all three. But let's begin with the transit of Mars. Mars. What is Mars? Known to the ancients as the god of war. Transits each house for 40 days and symbolizes aggressive, forward-moving energy, passionate energy. Which house is Mars energizing this month? So Sag, your Mars, or Mars in general this month, is in Cancer. It was in Cancer last month, and it will remain in Cancer this month, all month long. And this is all about your 8th house. So here you are, and directly across from you is Gemini, and Gemini governs the 7th house. So as we progress forward, we move into Cancer, and that would be your 8th house right there. The 8th house is the house of death, sex, shared resources, prosperity through shared resources, partnerships, inheritance. Basically, it's all about passion. The 8th house in astrology is ruled by Scorpio. We have it in Cancer here in your 8th house, which is also a water sign. And all this means is that the Martian energy, the aggressive, forward-moving, initiative, action-oriented Mars energy is moving into that sector. And that sector is again about death. Death being a real metaphor for deep transformation on an almost cellular level, as a butterfly is made from the lowly caterpillar. It's the attempt to become a butterfly psychically, spiritually. The reference is also about partnerships. Therefore, sexuality, passion becomes an important aspect of that relationship, as does money, shared resources. And we can also extrapolate that into inheritance. What you are given, other people's money, in other words. And again, it's bringing attention, energy, focus, momentum into this area. So, that said, let's move on to where your Venus is. And what is Venus?
Venus, the planet of love, symbolizing pleasure, beauty, compassion, peace, wealth. Venus transits about 5 weeks in each sign. Where is your Venus this month?
Your Venus in Scorpio for the first half of the month. And Venus in Scorpio, there's your Scorpio, there's Scorpio right there. So here's your rising. So this is your first house, Sagittarius, and the house right behind it, the 12th house, is Scorpio. So for the first half of the month, Venus transits your 12th house, the house of deep, subconscious influences, motivations, issues. You delve deep into yourself. First half of the month. Maybe meditating, maybe seeking spiritual advice. Advice about who you are, what you want. Maybe you're just thinking deeply on issues. Concerned with, and remember, this is Venus, concerned with love. So perhaps it's about how you love, how you've been loved, and how you want to love. Now, the second half of the month, Venus moves into Sagittarius. And Sagittarius is your very first house. The house of the ego. The house of the self. Very different from the very last house, which is Scorpio. It's almost diametrically opposite. It's extroverted. Whereas Scorpio is introverted primarily. So the first half of the month is introverted, and the second half of the month is extroverted. So you're outgoing. You're wanting to be seen, to get out there, mingle. And with all that scorpionic energy, it's you will be very attractive. Venus in your first house, the body, the self, how you're viewed, and you are perceived to be very magnetic, charming, attractive. Now, Venus in Sagittarius also is about wanting to improve your appearance by improving your diet or your exercise health regime, and to create an image that's beautiful. And this is about creating beautiful images. It's a very beautiful transit coming again the second half of October. So let's also explore the solar eclipse. Solar eclipses are literally the sun, the power of the sun, which is the greatest power of, it's right in the middle right here. The sun is being, maybe I can show you like this. Take one of the cards, and it is being eclipsed, hidden. So this eclipse is in Libra. Where's Libra? Right after Scorpio, right here. And that would be your 11th house. Scorpio's the 12th, Sagittarius is the 1st. So it is your 11th house of friendship, reputation, groups, socializing, community activities, community awareness. And it is where this solar eclipse is taking place. So something is being eclipsed, removed, blacked out. Could be a friendship, an old friendship, or a new friendship. New friendships are replacing older friendships. Trying to find friendships that align with your more authentic self. And this is because we have, again, Venus going into, at the second half of the month, into your first house. So it is very important here that your reputation, how you're perceived, is changing dramatically. Maybe you're getting a whole new set of friends, a whole new set of groups that you want to belong to, that you identify with. You're looking for people that are on the same ideological page as you. Some true friendships. And you're looking for alignments with groups or organizations that are also aligned with your authentic beliefs, truths, what you stand for. So this is also a very important transit. That said, that's the astrological backdrop of the reading. Now, let's move into the next phase, which is all about the tarot. So welcome to your tarot reading, Sag. I would like to ask you at this point if you would be kind enough to support the channel if you find the reading of any value to you by either participating in a private reading from me. You know that if you've never experienced a private individual reading, they're very powerful and they can be very elucidating, informative. And I've read for over 40 years, 8 or 9 years here on YouTube, and otherwise professionally all over, all the cities I've lived in and places I've lived. I've made my living also on reading the tarot. And getting a private reading, I've had many myself, can be very moving and memorable. So if you need help, if you need advice, guidance from your angels, I have a link below. It will guide you to my website. My website, I have all the reading options. But if you would just like to support the reading, I have a link for Buy Me a Chai. Buy Me a Chai is about, it's sort of like Buy Me a Coffee, except I don't drink coffee. So I made my own Buy Me a Chai, and that would be nice too. So thank you for that. All right, let's begin. The first position is the position of the overall mood, energetic mood of the month for you. Here we have it. You're a fire sign. And this is a fire sign card. Wands. Two of Wands. Let's hone in. Let's zoom in and look at the card. The card is called, let me bring it over maybe a little closer to you here. There it is. Okay, now. The card is called Dominion. Having dominion over something. Dominance. Control. And that correlates very, very well with Venus in Sag, the second half of the month, where your ego, where your personality begins to shine. And the image portrays a merchant and his looking at ships in the bay. His ships are either heading out to deliver his goods to distant ports, or the ships are coming in, bringing in his profit. So it could be about planning, planning and launching a new idea, a new concept, or just planning and launching something that you've been working on. The inspiration was at the Ace of Wands, and now the planning stage and the initiation stage. And this is very, very important because, again, we have the Sagittarius, the Venus in Sagittarius, and Mars in the 8th house of shared resources. So it's about the decisions that will it's about the decisions that will have to be made, concerning either your health, well-being, or your appearance, how you're perceived, or launching a concept, making plans how you are going to initiate, what you're going to do to make this plan work. So that is the overall mood of the month. Let's continue. Here we go. In the position of what will challenge you. Well, this is interesting. So we had the Two of Wands to start, and now we have the Ace of Wands. Let's, again, zoom in. So this is about harnessing creative energy, focusing your inspiration, turning thoughts and ideas into tangible action. Now it's also, if you look at the card closely, it's very phallic, so it's sexual. This is Mars in Aries, which is where Mars likes to be. Mars enjoys being in Aries. So the card is Mars in Aries. And we have Mars in Cancer in your 8th house. So the 8th house is very scorpionic, very sexual. So this is a very sexual symbol. So again, it's about asserting yourself, perhaps sexually, not being so shy, being proactive, introducing yourself to the person that you're attracted to, or also controlling your own sexuality might be the challenge. Or again, because we have the first house being activated, Sagittarius by Venus, this is also about that kind of letting yourself, opening up and being more confident, being more self-aware, and using sometimes your sexuality to attract. This is what your challenge is. So for Sag, that's not much of a challenge. The fourth position is the unexpected. Oh. And that's the 5 of Pentacles. Let's zoom in. Not a happy picture. Those are paupers. And there are 5 pentacles in the stained glass window above them, which is the church, where they could seek help. Unexpected need for help in some material realm, something material. Unexpected need to give help, to help someone financially. Or maybe you need some help financially. It's also about material loss. I should have pulled this card. I lost my telephone this morning. My cell phone. So that's an example. A very realistic example of what 5 of Pentacles can mean. And that was very unexpected. So losing something, perhaps consequential, perhaps inconsequential. Thankfully, my phone can be replaced rather cheaply, hopefully, so all's well. And so you don't need to worry about it too much. You know, I was thinking too, just now, that this loss could be about the transit of the solar eclipse through the 11th house of friendship, the loss of a friend, which could bring sadness and disappointment. That's not guaranteed. Any one of these alternatives could be applicable. So let's move on and see how this is summed up. And it's summed up beautifully. Here we have, in the position of the overall mood or energy of the month, there we go, let's hold on to that, is the 6 of Cups. And the 6 of Cups is the Sun in Scorpio. So we've got another scorpionic reference. Lots and lots of Scorpio energy this month. Meaning, again, it could be very much about the 8th house coming to life in some way. Shared resources, inheritance, death, total transformation. If we look at the card closely, we see children, and they are exchanging cups of flowers. The symbol is very beautiful and is representative of innocence, innocent love. Venus in the first, Venus in the 12th. Finding love that's genuine, meaningful, authentic, deep. Finding it through children. Supporting children through shared resources. These could be that you're reuniting with an old flame or an old friend. Remember, we've got a solar eclipse in your 11th of friendship. And now we have, this is all about friendship. The reconnecting with old friends. Reconnecting perhaps even with an old home. Just reminiscing. This is nostalgia. A lovely way to end the month with peace, love, and innocence. So, I wish you the best October of your whole life. I hope you enjoyed the reading. And if you did, please help by supporting the reading either by buying me a chai or partaking in a private, personal reading. I will see you next month, hopefully. Thank you, and namaste.